Hey, let's make a chicken Caesar sandwich. Here's how you make Caesar dressing. 6 garlic cloves in the bowl of a food processor, then we'll just give them a head start. Then just scrape down your food processor, 2 whole eggs, 4 anchovy fillets that I have rinsed in cold water, about 1/3 cup of Dijon mustard, 1/3 cup of sherry vinegar, 1/3 cup of lemon juice, 2 good pinches of kosher salt, and as much black pepper as tickles your fancy. Run your food processor for about 10 to 20 seconds or until everything is smooth. Then with your food processor running again, you're gonna drizzle in about 2 cups of oil. And I'm real happy with this consistency. If you want it thinner, you can add a splash of water, maybe a teaspoon to a tablespoon. If you want it thicker, you can drizzle more oil in here. But don't go past the texture of mayonnaise or you're gonna break it and you're gonna have a greasy mess. Then when I make chicken cutlets, I'll take the boneless, skinless chicken breasts and I'll cut it into sections maybe about this thick. Then right on my cutting board, I'll season them with salt, pepper, and a little bit of onion powder, garlic powder, dried parsley, and dried oregano. Then I'll get a few of them loaded into a Ziploc bag, smack them nice and thin, then your standard flour, egg wash, and breadcrumb. And for this step, I really like to push these chicken cutlets into the breadcrumb, maximizing this coating. But by cutting the chicken breast like this and pounding it so thin, it's not only gonna maximize our crispy surface area, but it's gonna ensure that your chicken is fully cooked once you fry it in your pan. Then get a pan hot over medium heat and fill it with enough oil to just come up about halfway up your piece of chicken. Lay your chicken away from yourself, and you want it to sizzle right away. After about 3 to 4 minutes, we're gonna have one golden side. Flip this over, and you're gonna just brown the other side. Once the other side is golden brown, get them onto a clean rack or a plate with some paper towel on it. Then immediately give them some kosher salt and stick them somewhere warm like a low oven. Then I toasted my bread in the same seasonings I did with the chicken. We're gonna rub this with a garlic clove. It's gonna be like a giant crouton. Then don't be stingy. And follow me if you're just gonna make the cutlets or the Caesar dressing. Hey, if you like chicken noodle soup, you're gonna love this pasta. My goodness. We have to cut mirepoix vegetables, which is just a fancy term for 50% onion, 25% celery, and 25% carrot. For the onion, I call this one a home cook's dice. You're gonna slice your onion into the thickness of the finished dice that you want. Then you're gonna turn this 90 degrees and follow the curvature of the onion. For celery, I'll wash it, then I'll take off a little bit off of each end. Then I'll hold the celery down on the cutting board, sink my knife in, and split it all the way down. Carrots next. I'll cut this into a little bit more manageable sizes. Then cut this into planks, about the thickness of the dice that I want. Then cut my planks into sticks. Then in a pan over medium heat, we're gonna add a little bit of olive oil, followed by our mirepoix vegetables. Season with some kosher salt and some black pepper. After about 3 to 4 minutes, these will be fully cooked, and we can add about 3 to 4 minced garlic cloves. Cook your garlic about 20 to 30 seconds. We're gonna add 1 cup of chicken stock. Reduce your chicken stock by about half its volume. Then this is the meat from about half a rotisserie chicken. Cook a half a pound of spaghetti up out of the water, straight into our pan. Some extra pasta water, maybe 1/4 to 1/2 cup. About 3 sprigs of thyme and 1/4 cup of parsley, all minced. Then you can eat this just like this, but if you wanna make it like the restaurant, add a tablespoon of butter, turn off the heat, and melt this butter off the heat. Don't be shy with the Parmesan, and follow me if you already ran to get your sweatpants. Hey, these crispy chicken thighs and white bean stew are gonna help me show you some classic cooking techniques. First, we're gonna season 4 bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs with salt, black pepper, and then this is a real simple dry rub. I'll list the ingredients down below, and don't forget to season both sides. Then we're gonna small dice some onion, carrot, and celery. I use shallot because that's what I had, but with carrots, you can cut your carrot down into a more manageable size section, then cut these into slabs like this. Then we'll stack up the slabs, cut this into sticks, and now you can use your thumb and your pinky to hold your sticks together. Then in a pan over medium to high heat, a couple tablespoons of olive oil. Once the olive oil is hot, you just need your pan hot enough so this chicken will sizzle when it goes in. I have been searing my chicken thighs for about 4 to 5 minutes. Your heat should be lower enough so you can cook it this long, but just high enough so that it sizzles. This will allow you to render the chicken skin fat so you get nice crispy skin. Think of it almost like you're cooking bacon. Then we're gonna flip all these. Then we'll sear our other side for about 4 to 5 minutes. And I know this is cooked. I cooked it to about 180 degrees Fahrenheit. This allows the collagen and the connective tissue to start breaking down in chicken thighs. Then I'll use a paper towel just to wipe away some of this excess fat, being very careful not to get rid of these beautiful golden bits that we have formed. Also, I did get a clean pair of tongs and a new clean plate. Then we go in with our mirepoix, onion, carrot, celery, a pinch of kosher salt because we season as we go. After about 2 to 3 minutes over low heat, 4 to 6 cloves of minced garlic, a tablespoon or 2 of cider vinegar. Then this is about 3 cups of cooked white beans. I soaked these overnight. Then I added a sprig of rosemary and a handful of garlic cloves to the cooking liquid. We're gonna stir them around and just let them cook just like this for about a minute or 2. Next, we're gonna turn the heat up. We're gonna add about 1 cup of chicken stock. This is also the same quantity of beans that you'll find in one of those larger cans of beans. Bring this to a simmer and reduce the liquid by about half. Then cut the heat off, and in here I have chopped baby spinach, some parsley, and some fresh thyme. Then mix in about 2 tablespoons of cold butter. But because we're doing this off the heat, our cold butter is gonna slowly melt, creaming our leftover stock and all of our beautiful golden brown bits. Then before you bring this to the table, place your cooked chicken back into your beans, along with any of this resting liquid. Maybe give this some Parmesan cheese, and follow me because it's comfort food season.